Did you know there are countries where Americans are not welcomed? Curious to know which ones? Stick around. In our interconnected world, it's surprising to find places where certain nationalities, including Americans, may receive a less than warm reception. Sometimes it's due to political tensions, historical events, or cultural differences. It's not always about animosity, but rather a complex mix of factors. Well, buckle up as we take you on a journey to these countries and dive into the reasons why. First on our list is North Korea. This enigmatic nation is known for its strict travel restrictions, particularly for American citizens. The U.S. Department of State strongly discourages travel to North Korea due to the risk of arrest and long-term detention. Next, we fly over to Iran. The relationship between Iran and the United States has been strained for decades, resulting in Iran being a challenging place for an American to visit. Despite its rich history and culture, Iran has stringent travel restrictions for Americans, primarily due to political tensions. Lastly, for this segment, we head to Sudan. While Sudan is home to more pyramids than Egypt, it's not the most welcoming place for Americans. The U.S. government warns of risks associated with terrorism and armed conflict. While these countries might seem off-limits, let's not forget that each has its unique allure. Next, we journey to Syria. Once a mesmerizing crossroads of culture, Syria now poses risks due to ongoing political instability. The U.S. Department of State advises against travel here due to terrorism, civil unrest, and armed conflict, a stark contrast to its history of rich cultural exchange. Our journey continues to Libya, a country known for its ancient ruins and sprawling deserts. However, the prevailing civil unrest, high crime rates, and threat of terrorism have led to travel advisories for Americans. This North African nation, unfortunately, is not welcoming U.S. citizens at this time. Lastly, we head to the vibrant, culturally rich nation of Venezuela. Despite its stunning landscapes and warm-hearted people, Venezuela faces economic instability and high levels of crime. As a result, it's become a challenging destination for American travelers. The world is indeed a complex place, isn't it? Each country with its unique beauty and culture also carries its own set of challenges. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into our global journey. Moving forward, we find ourselves in Afghanistan. The country, steeped in rich history and cultural heritage, has seen its fair share of strife. Anti-American sentiment fueled by years of conflict makes it less welcoming for American travelers. Next, we jet off to Somalia. Despite its stunning coastal landscapes and vibrant culture, the lack of a stable government and persistent pirate activity along the coast pose serious hazards. This makes it a no-go zone for many, including Americans. Finally, we touch down in Yemen. Known for its ancient architecture and breathtaking landscapes, Yemen is sadly steeped in civil unrest. In addition, the presence of extremist groups and the country's challenging socio-political climate make it less than welcoming for American visitors. These countries, while beautiful and rich in culture, currently pose significant challenges for American travelers. However, it's important to remember that situations can change, and one day these lands may once again welcome visitors with open arms. Despite these challenges, the spirit of adventure still thrives in many. Our next stop is the Central African Republic. This landlocked country, rich with diamonds, gold, and uranium, has been plagued by unrest and conflict. Safety concerns primarily stem from political instability and frequent clashes between armed groups. This volatile environment makes it a risky destination for Americans or any foreign nationals. Moving westward, we reach Mali. Mali's security situation is precarious due to ongoing terrorist activity and criminal violence. The northern and central parts of the country are particularly unstable. Americans visiting here may find themselves unwelcome, not due to a dislike for the U.S., but rather the general unease and threat of violence. Lastly, we have South Sudan, the world's youngest country. Unfortunately, civil war and ethnic violence have created a hostile environment. The U.S. government's travel advisories regularly warn against all travel to South Sudan, citing armed conflict, kidnappings, and other violent crimes. It's clear that understanding global dynamics can be a full-time job. Finally, we land in Iraq, a country of rich history and culture, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows for American travelers. The U.S. Department of State has issued a Level 4 travel advisory for Iraq due to terrorism, kidnapping, and armed conflict. It's a harsh reality that brings a chill even to the most seasoned explorers. Next, we head to the heart of Africa, Burundi, a nation known for its stunning landscapes and wildlife, yet it's not on the top of the list for American tourists. Burundi has seen political unrest and sporadic violence against foreigners, making it a risky destination for American travelers. Finally, we fly over to Lebanon, a place where the Mediterranean meets the Middle East. But the US government advises against travel due to crime, terrorism, armed conflict, and civil unrest. And there you have it. 15 countries where Americans might get a less than warm welcome. So, what's the takeaway from our global excursion? We've journeyed through 15 different countries, each with their unique perspectives and reasons for their less than warm reception towards Americans. From political tensions to historical disputes, cultural misunderstandings to economic disparities, these countries serve as a stark reminder that the world isn't always a welcoming place for everyone. In each of these nations, we've seen how global politics, cultural differences, and historical events shape the way people perceive others, especially those from nations seen as global powers. This isn't about pointing fingers or assigning blame, but rather, understanding the complex tapestry of international relations. These countries are not just destinations on a map, they're homes to millions of people with their own stories, cultures, and perspectives. It's crucial to acknowledge and respect these differences, even if we don't always understand them. But let's not forget, this isn't a definitive list, and attitudes change. With open dialogue, mutual respect, and a genuine desire to understand one another, we can help foster a world where everyone feels welcome no matter where they come from. So let this serve as a reminder to approach every journey with an open mind and a respectful heart. Let's strive to learn, understand, and appreciate the cultures, histories, and perspectives that make each country unique. Remember, the world is vast and diverse, and understanding each other better is the first step towards global harmony. Until next time, safe travels.